everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I have with me Richard Janvrin of formerly actually was the vocalist of True Shot before they disbanded, and he also has his YouTube channel known as Richard Janvrin. So good to have him on the channel. Been a huge admirer of this dude. Makes some amazing metal reaction videos, and is also a very very good vocalist. Dropped a single recently with his new project, Bliss, which I reacted on a few days ago, titled Dopamine Go to Sleep. Welcome to the channel, Richard.
Thank you so much, man. I'm very happy to be here. It's been great meeting you, and I'm very appreciative of the kind words and you also checking out the new song. It means a lot.
Yeah, it was really cool. You really dropped the shit, Bunga. Been on my repeat playlist for a while now. Still jamming it. I really see fun. I really see. It's a pleasure. In fact, an honor, man, having you here on the channel. Really, is that feeling of being a huge admirer of a vocalist, and for years now, and having to interview him on the channel. Really, it's just amazing, man. Really, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. It's an honor to be here. I'm very thankful, of how much you enjoy what I'm doing. It really does mean a lot.
Yeah. So I have a couple of questions for you, Richard.
Yeah.
First, so I want you to tell yourself. How did your love for metal begin? Just a brief, story about yourself, just so the guys can know you better.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, my name is, as you said, Richard Janvrin. I'm 29 years old. I'm from the United States. I live in a state called New Hampshire, which is up in the northeast region of the country. It's very cold here. Lots of trees, woods, snow. And
Oh,
yeah,
so,
as you mentioned, I used to be in a band called True Shot for about 3 years, I think. Yeah, we went for about 3 years.
yeah.
Um, put out an EP, put out a few singles, and yes, we did disband in June of 2021. And obviously that's not fun, and
Yeah,
went to
another
work
feeling.
right away though. Yeah, definitely went to work right away though. I didn't want to waste any time. I wanted to get back on the saddle, do another channel, get back into music, and here I am today.
Really, you did amazing, man. You did amazing. That feeling of this bonding really sucks, especially from a band that you really love. And it can be really challenging having to, come back and, still do what you love, amidst the struggles. And really not easy. I'm pretty sure you have a family, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's not been easy for you to balance out your family life and, your passion at the same time. So, really, you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. And you've grown your channel in such a short period, man. Really cool. Really
Thank you.
cool.
I do. I have an 11-year-old son, and a girlfriend. So yeah, I do have a family, and balancing it all is tough. There's definitely
Yeah,
been
man.
a
I
lot
can
of
imagine.
yeah, it's my girlfriend, she is very supportive though. I'm an entrepreneur through and through. I do music and I'm also a freelance writer as like my day job. So I'm always at home, always working hard and lots of
Nice, nice.
sacrifices. Yeah, lots of sacrifices go into it, but just trying to do the best we can and trying to create some really cool stuff.
Yeah. It's all for the love of the music, man. Really.
Yeah.
Uh, and no, nothing beats passion. Passion can move you to even do even the unthinkable. And at
Mm.
the long run, you realize that it was the best decision of your life.
Yeah.
So believe me, man, I can relate to what you're talking about. And you really are a huge inspiration to me. Uh, Someone like me who's just starting. I think I'm just 7 months old with my channel. And I'm also an aspiring vocalist. I've only dropped a debut single, which I'll share with you later on.
Yeah.
So it's not really, I don't have a band yet, so it's just a solo project and all. But being in a country where um, about 90% of the population lives in abject poverty, you know, and in a
Yeah.
country where my music taste is not really appreciated, it's a real struggle, man. Believe me, it's a real
Yeah.
struggle. But the love I have for the music just, you know, keeps me going. And really,
Yeah.
I don't think it never.
Oh
uh,
man.
so how long have you? Okay, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna
Go ahead,
say,
man.
yeah, it's so cool. You know, when I first found out that you were from Nigeria, I mean, that to me is really what music is all about. The fact that I can put out a song and it can reach you in Nigeria, which is oceans away from where I am, is
Yeah,
astounding.
yeah, right.
It's crazy, man, and
I
it's
know, right?
very, very cool. It's just super cool.
Yeah, really, really cool, man. So how long have you been a vocalist?
Well, I that's kind of interesting. So when I first joined True Shot was my first ever band. I had never done any music
Wow,
prior to that at all, never.
wow.
I just kind of did some yelling in the car, what I like to call it. You know, driving around, just yelling, um, just trying to figure it out. And it's funny. I go back and I look at some of those old True Shot, first practices, and I listen, and I'm like, man, I was terrible back then. uh, but you gotta. It's just trial and error. So I like to say that I think I've been a vocalist really since 2018. That's when I first did it formally, other than like I said, doing it in the car. But yeah, being in True Shot really allowed for me to have a focused way
Mm,
of being a vocalist and trying to get better
mm.
more consistently. So
Mm.
yeah.
Wow, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. Wow. And for someone who's not like been so long into singing, I mean, it's really surprising how good your vocals is, man. I thought you'd been like doing vocals for like 10 years or thereabout, man.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, I like I said, I've been yelling in the car for a while, but yeah, no, my vocals, I know I'm glad that you appreciate them. I definitely do get my fair share of comments about how people don't like them, which is okay. Um,
Well,
but
everybody's opinion differs, you know.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean it's just one of those things where I always like to say like I can only make the sounds that come out of my mouth. And if you like it, great.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, that's fine
You
too.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, right? You can't please everybody, that's the truth.
Right,
You just do
exactly.
your own thing, and whoever appreciates it.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing. Yeah. So, what has been your motivation to, keep doing what you love, the music and the time? What has been the drive, you know?
Yeah, I'd say for me the motivation is I've had a lot of life experiences growing up. My parents were addicted to drugs, in and out of prison.
Oh, shit. That's
Yeah,
sad.
my mom, she passed away in 2015 from drug use, and so I have a lot of stories I want to share with people, and I think that
Mm.
with Bitter Bliss, that's the one thing that's really exciting about it was that it's kind of my own project. I mean, I work with people to write the instrumentals and whatnot, but it's
Mm.
really a project that I can gear towards the type of sound in which I want those stories to be told, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Mm. Yeah, I
Which
do.
yeah, nothing against True Shot at all. But that was just more of a that wasn't like it was a sound that was good, right? Like you can listen to the songs and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, this is good, but it just wasn't necessarily the sound that I think really meshed with the messages I was trying to tell. Yeah.
From the past, yeah. Yeah. You know, in my review, when I reacted to the song, when I was like, giving my review, I said something about this is you doing something you really love. I wasn't
Mhm.
so sure, but I could tell from it doesn't mean it kind of decipher from the video, the raw emotions you put out, and all of that, and the storyline behind the video. Even if
Yeah.
I don't know the lyrics, I was just trying to picture everything, and I felt you probably must be doing something you really want to do, not some ideas from, the group of guys in the band and all of that. This is your own
Right.
thing. This is what you want to do. This is what you love. And, when you commented that everything you said, I was spot on. I was right about it. I was really surprised. You know, the
Yeah.
long run, I was right.
Yeah, it's one of those things being in a band where it's tough. You kind of have to compromise with everybody, and I totally understand. I totally
Yeah.
understand that. And I will admit, listen, I'll be the first person to admit, sometimes I'm not the easiest person to work with because I have a vision, and I really want to get it
Mhm.
across, lyrically, and just kind of image wise. And a lot of times it's
Mhm.
hard for some people to kind of understand that. And
Mhm.
so, because a lot of times, you listen to a lot of music as well, and like they'll,
Mhm.
a lot of
So,
times the lyrical content is again, I don't want to try to knock anybody else's work. That's not what I'm trying to do, but it's kind of your typical lyricism. It's about
yeah, yeah.
breakups or things like that, in which, hey, all the power to you. But like the type of stories that I'm trying to tell are very like raw and aggressive, and
Mhm.
that's why, like, I really, and that's why when you were saying that about how the sound that I'm doing, you can feel that in the music. That's great.
Mhm.
I mean, that's really what I'm trying to get across. Um,
Mhm.
and it's really cool that you acknowledged and noticed that.
Mhm. Mhm. And it's
Yeah,
really cool, man. It's really cool. Yeah, doing your own thing. Really, it's
yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah. So what has been the response from the fans when you dropped, your new single? How's the response? I noticed there's been a lot of positive response from, fellow reactors like myself who has reacted on, single. But I just want to know what it has been with, the fans.
Yeah, I think it's been great. I was actually kind of surprised at how well it was received because, when you start a new project, even though, some people know who I am from, True Shot or being on the True Shot YouTube channel, but, I didn't expect for there to be this much kind of, notice. Like, I didn't know that a lot of people would find it again because I went into it and I knew I was like, okay, I'm starting over again. This is going to take time to kind of rebuild that again. But people have found it and they've been very supportive. I mean, obviously, you get the few negative comments here and there, and those are not the comments I try to like focus on because the good
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
outweighs the bad. It really does. Um,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, and I think a lot of people are kind of responding to it in a way because I think that I just think that this sound better suits my skill set as a vocalist. I just feel like it just meshes way better. And I feel like a lot of people are appreciating the vocals more because of that versus
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
I was in True Shot. So yeah, I've been very thrilled with it. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of friends in the reaction community. I'm very fortunate to have a friend like Nick Nocturnal who checked it out on his Twitch stream. So it's great. I mean, without the help of my friends and just people who support me, obviously it wouldn't go anywhere, and I'm just very thankful that people are really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's really awesome. That's nice, man. It's so
Yeah.
nice. So tell me, what has been the message, behind the story, of the new single, Dopamine Go to
Yeah.
Sleep? What is the
Yeah.
story behind it?
Yeah, so the story behind the song really is kind of me speaking to my mother. So it takes place where I'm an
Mm.
adult and my mother is the age that
Okay.
she would have been when I was a child, about 6 or 7 years
Mm.
old. And
Mm.
she first started, kind of getting into drugs.
Mm.
To be more exact, heroin was the drug that she used, and so it was
Mm.
really like my adult self talking to her as her in the beginning stages of that addiction, and
Mm.
I was very deliberate when talking to the guy who wrote the instrumental, Johnny Chardulo of Carcosa and Angel Maker. I'm not sure if you're familiar with.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah,
I know Kakosa. I know both bands.
yeah, they're great. And I was very deliberate when talking, because I kind of explained to myself the kind of instrumental that I really want is something that's more fast paced, which reflects
Mm-hmm.
that dopamine rush. And then for
Opening,
the
yeah,
latter
yeah.
half, yeah, and then for the latter half of the song, I wanted it to slow down, which is the go to sleep part, where it's
Oh,
you have
okay.
that initial high, and then you're coming down from it, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So that's really the message with this one, and it's I'm trying to eventually. What I'm really trying to do with the music is kind of like do a chronological order of events in a way. So like the next
Okay,
song will
okay.
be, yeah, the next song will be about a similar subject, but a little bit in the future. But yeah, that's kind of the message of this song is really starting at the root level of my mom's addiction. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That's a sad story, man. That's a
Yeah.
sad story. No wonder in the video, the woman you were yelling at, I cannot picture it now. It all
Yes.
makes sense now. It all makes sense now. That's really cool. That's really
Yes,
cool.
a lot of
Sorry,
people.
man. That had
Uh,
a rough childhood, man.
yeah, a lot of people kind of. I know I didn't really think of this at the time, but a lot of people misinterpreted the video as something not that, and something probably more along the lines of domestic abuse. And I was like, I would never do
Mm.
anything like that. But you just got to read the lyrics. But yeah, that's definitely the message behind the song.
That's really cool, man. Damn. Yeah. That's that's really intellectually coined, man. I'm
Yeah,
impressed. Brother.
thank you,
I'm
man.
impressed. Yeah, you're welcome, man. So, what is the goal for Bliss? Do you intend to, have other people join you and just start up like a full band and probably one of these days go on tour, or do you still just want to make it your side project, like a solo thing? Do you have
Yeah,
any, plans for the future?
yeah. I'd say like my initial intent with the project was just to kind of make it a studio kind of thing. But there's definitely some songs, one that has already come out, Dopamine Go to Sleep, and then some others that I'm listening to and I'm like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, BJ, like I'm listening to these songs and I'm like, man, live, this would be crazy,
This would be great, right?
Uh, uh, so I wouldn't
Really?
say, yeah, I wouldn't say never. I think that if I was to ever play live, it would kind of be a situation where I recruit people to play alongside
Mm-hmm.
me versus,
Mm-hmm.
informally have them join the band unless something really, nice came along. But I wouldn't say never. I don't have any plans to play live. However, I'm like, there's a song right now that I have that I just got back that I'm listening to, and I'm like, man, this song live would be crazy. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right. Right. So that's really cool. That's cool. At least you're keeping an open view now, and
yeah,
somehow along the line, things might change, and it's cool. At
yeah,
least it helps you not pressure yourself, above the timeline. You get it. It
right,
helps you stay focused with the project, and just see how it goes. And
yeah.
that's a pragmatic approach to it, man.
Yeah, and the beauty of the internet and whatnot is like you don't necessarily need to play live. Of course, playing live kind of has a different energy to it, a different aura to it that you can't replicate online. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of business goals, of course, associated with the project because at the end of the day, while it's music, I definitely do want to make
Mm-hmm.
this worth the while, monetarily,
Yeah,
and
right.
um,
Right.
but
That's
yeah.
true.
I would totally be open to playing live someday if the right situation came along.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really awesome. And if it does happen, man, it would be cool. I just hope
Yeah,
that someday I'll get the opportunity to travel abroad and watch your live.
dude, that'd
Or
be
even if
great.
I'm still in my country by then, I'll still watch your live on YouTube.
I
And it's
know.
still good.
Yeah,
At least thanks to the internet, a lot of things are beginning to get possible. Without the
Yeah.
internet, we wouldn't be having this, chat. So it's really one of
Yeah.
the pros of the internet.
Yeah, and I think that that gets taken for granted, man. I think that that is
Mhm.
so cool, and like, cause like that was the one thing that really struck me about your reaction is because I'm used to getting like reaction videos to my stuff, but the fact that you were from Nigeria just really like reiterated to me that
Mm.
wow, this is the internet is such a cool place. It can be horrible. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of great things, and I think one of them
That's
is
true.
us meeting and being able to have this conversation.
Sure, man, sure. That's true. So I have two more questions for you. The
Yeah,
first one, what are your favorite bands? Can
my
you like
favorite
give me
bands.
3 to 5
Yeah,
favorite bands that
my
you
five
jam on
favorite
a
band.
regular
Okay,
basis?
all right. I'd say my favorite bands right now are Amur. I love Amur. I've always loved
Wow.
Amur. 1056. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them before.
Not
But
really.
no, okay, well, them you have got to listen to them. They are
Yeah,
crazy. Y-
I'm gonna have to write it down somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
it's
check it out.
yeah, them. I love Darko US. I think that they're bringing a lot of really fun stuff to the table.
Yeah, I know
Um,
Dalco.
yeah, I love. Let's see, Wage War. I think Wage War.
Oh, damn, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Wage War is fantastic. And then I would say. Man, I would say I got two more. I'd say that are like that come off the top of my head are Polaris and
Wow.
yeah, and Kublai Khan. I love Kublai Khan.
Oh, Kublai Khan.
Yeah,
I've not really listened to Kublai Khan before, but I see them pop up a lot of times on the internet. And not only love them, just arouse my curiosity the more. I might just, I'm going to check them out and see how they
yeah,
sound like.
yeah. They're
Yeah,
a
you have
super.
amazing taste, man.
Thank you. Yeah, no, Kublai Khan. They're a super raw band. They really and the messages with their music is what really speaks to me a lot. They're super heavy. They may not be like the most sonically like overpowering music, but like the message and like the weight of the music, you're like, dang, that hits you right here. Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
feeling. Another feeling, man. Another feeling. So my last question for you: what message would you pass across to those who are looking to get into, metal music or looking to start up a reaction channel? What's the message that you'd like to pass to them?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I know that a lot of people have been talking about this kind of stuff in the scene recently, in terms of reaction channels and whatnot. And I think it depends on really how you want to approach it. I think that if you just want to do it for
Mm,
fun, go for it. There's nothing stopping you. People can object over whether or not the quality of the content is good, but at the end of the
mm.
day, what I like to say is, who really cares? It's like if you're having
Yeah,
fun,
right.
yeah, if you're having fun doing it, and you're putting that out into the world, and people are enjoying it too, that's really all that matters. And
That's true.
yeah, in terms of music, I say just man, that's a really interesting point because I'm really not sure because obviously when I was younger the bands that really got me into metal were like Avenged Sevenfold, Linkin Park, bands like that, and I'm not really sure what those bands are these days. That's a really interesting question because obviously the stuff that I listen to now is a lot different than
Trust
Linkin
me, yeah.
Park.
Progression definitely must take its toll out of party parts. It's
Yeah,
normal. The same thing with me. I never really started out in metal. Uh, wasn't noted that I started out, I'm a Tommy Tube rock lover. I listen to the likes of Nico back,
yeah,
Green Day, bands like that. And along the
yeah.
line, progression just took its place. And I think the first metal band that I kind of listened to was Korn, August Burns Red. But
Oh,
August Burns Red was like the gateway into metal properly for me. Because those guys resonated with me so greatly that I was so addicted to these guys. And they still
yeah.
are my number one favorite band today. Like they are fucking heavy. Back then, though now they are kind of slowing down. I think age is telling, but if
Right.
you listen to their earlier stuff or some of the early albums like Constellations, Messengers,
Mhm.
On the Far Place, and all that. It's just heavy. And those were the albums that I thought really, pushed me into metal for real. And ever since, that's very metal for me. So I can
Yeah,
relate to what you're talking about, man.
yeah, that's really cool because I know that especially, you said that, in Nigeria, obviously metal is not, the music of choice
Uh,
necessarily. So
very, very
it's
metalhead, yeah. Very few.
yeah, I think that, you're probably the guy to ask how to kind of get into this music, especially because, it's not as widely available. And again, that's another thing that, from me being in the United States, I definitely take for granted is that there's so many different
Mm-hmm.
things, at your disposal here that
Mm-hmm.
it's like I want like I know that that you said that was your last question, but I kind of have a question for you. How did you come across those albums? Like how did you find them?
I if I'll tell you the truth, man, I still can't explain how I just got into metal. It just happened. It just happened. I think from my childhood, I just developed an affinity for rock music, and that was how it all began, man. And
Wow.
down to now, I just became metalhead. I think it really started right from my high school days, and now I listen to even more heavier stuff. And I've been watching a lot of reaction channels for a while. And 2 years ago, I believe that I could do something like this. It dawned on me to want to start up a reaction channel and just do something outside the box. Because I realized there's probably not even anyone here in Africa that do metal reactions. So I thought I'd just do something outside the box.
Yeah.
Just be some form of representative here in Africa. But then I didn't have the equipment and all of that, the money to purchase those vlogging equipment and all that. So
Yeah.
I was waiting until I'm able to save up, and down to last year, which was 2021, I I noticed that I wasn't really able to save up for this vlogging equipment because life just gets in the way, and I just said to myself, hey, let me just have this thing on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't have equipment yet. I just need to start it. I only have. This is the best decision of my life. And along the line, I start gaining international recognition, and some of the bands start to reach out, and some of them, show some form of support financially. Even if it's not much, at least it helps. And I was able to, save up money to get a lavalier mic and a ring light, and really, it's been awesome, man. I
Wow.
know my job is not really expensive and all of that, but I feel with time, like they say, a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. So I feel with time, things will really get better. Uh,
Yeah.
Might as well start from somewhere, right?
No, I and
Yeah,
I think that that's great, man. That you just went for it. You didn't wait. You're like, listen, I don't have this equipment now, but I want to do it. I'm just gonna do
I
it.
just want to do it. Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. And you're in
yeah, man.
Nigeria, and that's so crazy. I think that's so. I think that's so. I mean, I know that you're saying that. I inspire. That inspires me, man. That's crazy. I think that that is. I think that's unbelievable, and it really it really helps put a lot of things into perspective. And
Hmm. Yeah,
man, it's so crazy. It's wonderful to hear that.
yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. And it's people like you that keeps us going, man. Really, don't stop.
Yeah,
Don't
no, I
stop,
don't
bro.
plan on stop. I don't plan on stopping. It's I have a lot, like I said, I have a lot of stories to tell, and it
Hmm.
means it means a lot that you enjoy what I'm doing, man. It's so cool. It
Yeah,
really is cool.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. And you still owe me for the duration, man. Yeah, that was so sick. I was getting the feel and it just ends. I was like, holy shit, dude. But it's
Yeah,
all good, man. It's all good, man. It's just like, warming us up for, better things. I believe you still have a lot of this great things for us and stuff, which I'm, eagerly waiting for. So,
thank you, man. I'm sure that you got a lot of great stuff in store for us, man.
sure, man. Sure, man. Sure, man. I got an EP to release. I'm just trying to raise money for it, but I believe I can raise the money this year if I keep pushing, and I'll be able to get it out.
Awesome.
I don't have a band that I can play instruments, so I use an instrument of a friend in Hungary. He's a popular dude. You might know him. His name is Bolaji.
No, I'm not sure I know him.
Okay, but he makes amazing, instrumentals, specifically metalcore. So I intend to use his instrumentals, and I'll just credit him for it. So I just want to get my voice out there.
Yeah, that's
So,
what.
let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I know very well that the money side of doing it by yourself is very very expensive. So I
Very
definitely
expensive.
understand that.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Just
Very,
don't.
very expensive.
Yeah, and I know that you'll get there, man. I know that you will. I know that you will.
Yeah, I'm optimistic, man. Very optimistic.
Great.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Giving me the honor to chat with you.
Oh man,
Man.
the honor was all mine, man. I'm very thankful that you asked me to do this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous at first. It's not my first. It's not my first interview, but this one is kind of different because you interviewing someone you really had an affinity for, someone you like. So it gives
Wow.
you a different feeling altogether. So I was
Wow.
nervous at first, but along the line just dissipates. And you're really an amazing dude, and I'm so glad that I got to have this interview with you. Really,
Wow.
thank you so much, man. Once more.
I think thank you, BJ. This was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. To mention, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Catch you later, man.
See you later.
Now. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, if you were able to watch to the end of this chat, really means a lot to me. Do yourself a favor, guys, and follow Richard Janvrin. I'll still put his link in the description below. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, and also check out his music, Dopamine, Go to Sleep. Really blow your mind, guys. If you've not seen my reaction video to it, check it out, guys. You'll definitely be blown away. Thank you, man, so much once more. It means a lot to me. Catch you later. Have a lovely day, guys.
BJ.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Yeah.
There must be something